very true, because I think about, like, I'll take a photo and I'm like, I'm never going to use this. And then, like, maybe a year later, I'm like, oh, I wish I had a photo of this. All right, welcome back to my channel. Today we are continuing on the series of how to overcome posting paralysis so you can cash your Instagram check. And this is for affiliate marketers, influencers, bloggers, small businesses, even a little bit bigger businesses. But we are just covering how to grow on IG, take advantage of all the features they have, and really create content that will get your customers or viewers or followers to buy.
That's right.
Today's video is we are going to talk about how to shoot amazing content on just an iPhone. And Emily is a social media manager. She has managed huge accounts, millions of people, all the way down to very small accounts with just a couple thousand, but the message is always the same. You know, what works on a big level usually works on a small level. And so today it's how to make the most of just your camera phone, because I think a lot of people think you need super fancy equipment. So do you shoot a lot of your stuff on nice equipment, or are you shooting it on your phone?
Well, I mean, if I'm working for, a business, they usually have their own like setup, and that's really, really nice. But for the smaller accounts, I'm usually shooting the content from home with my phone.
With your phone?
With my phone.
And what do you have, an iPhone?
Yep, an iPhone. So
one of the things I always hear is like, what's the best setting? Like, where should I be taking my photos? A lot of people have, places in like cities that you can go and like pay for backdrops, or you can pay for like studio time. But like if you're a small Instagrammer, you don't, right?
Like those places are brilliant. I'm not gonna lie, but
like they're also super fun. But
I also really like to stay home, so like being able to do it at home is awesome.
So what, like lighting wise, what do you think? Because I think lighting is probably the most important part of a photo.
100%.
I hate when I'm on Instagram and I'm like scrolling and I have to like squint and be like, someone shot something in the dark. I'm like, just put a light on that thing.
Like even if it's like a low quality picture with better lighting, it makes it 1,000 times better. But like just dark pictures, that doesn't work.
I think things shot in natural sunlight are probably the best. But natural sunlight is tricky, right? Like you can look really good in it, or you can look completely sun bleached and like whitewash.
It's like when you go to take a picture and it's just, you look like Edward from whatever.
Twilight.
And it's like, ooh, and you have to press the button. You gotta make sure it's right. But natural lighting is the best.
So if you're shooting outdoors, how are you gonna shoot?
Well, no direct sunlight.
Okay, so stay out of find like a
nice
side of a building
spot.
Under a tree,
Maybe not a bunch of shade, but I mean, like right now we're in a living room and we're not using any light except for natural light.
Open a couple of blinds and had that. So I find that like shaded spots like on the sides of buildings works really well. Like not a dark alley, you don't need that shaded.
No, but just like the side where it's not direct sunlight, obviously, like in your face.
Because you're still gonna get that light bouncing around from the sidewalk and everywhere around you. And then talk about the golden hour, because I find that like it's so easy to take super flattering photos during the golden hour, like without any effort.
So the golden hour is either, an hour before the sun comes up or the hour before the sun goes down. And just think like when you're going out on like a Friday night and you're going out for dinner and you're like, oh my God, I look so good right now. And it's usually because it's like 6 or 7 o'clock. The sun is like setting. It's beautiful out. Like,
it wasn't the 2 hours of time I put in. It was the sun.
It's like, it looks amazing.
You
look amazing, but the sun setting is definitely helping you out. But
and I think too, it's because it's not like that direct overhead light.
Right.
It's
not as harsh.
It's got that like golden tint to it, like gives you that
really,
tan.
Really nice.
And I think it's super easy. Like also, I mean, if you work a job 9 to 5, like you're not gonna be shooting.
Right.
I would never shoot at noon. Like that would be the worst time of day to shoot.
Right.
So if you're gonna, find some time really early or really late at night, definitely in the golden hour. And like you said, it just makes it just like warms everything up.
Yeah, it just softens it up. The exposure isn't like too high. everything looks really nice.
So those are like two really easy, like find a shaded spot when it is sunny and, you know, take advantage of the light without being directly in it. Or take advantage of the golden hours, which on either side of your work day.
And honestly, like a cloudy day isn't a bad day to shoot. Like I've learned not too long ago that Kim K, she refuses to do any photo shoot where like her legs are being shown unless it's a cloudy day. Like she will only shoot on a cloudy day because it just does so much wonders for your skin.
It's almost like the perfect shade.
Yeah, it's like a filter for your body and your skin.
That's actually really good. Out here, probably really hard to have like a shady day, but like
just go to the shaded area. It's kind of like the same effect.
But like if you live in like the northwest, like there's overcast days all the time. I didn't really think about that, but that's actually like really genius because you forget out here like there's like 300 days of sun. Yeah. So there's not that many overcast days. But I will say like days where like we're having like sandstorms and stuff and it's like cloud cover. Yeah. Like the photos look really good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. So okay, so Twilight you put Twilight
Don't
in
look
my
like
head.
Twilight.
Don't look like Twilight. Sam, we're so sorry, our Pattinson. Like we still love you. You're just blinding.
Look like Twilight.
Yeah, it was just blinding in that movie. So the golden hours, shade, or overcast days, and I think that's really great because on overcast day, it really wouldn't matter what time of day you're shooting. It would all be pretty darn good lighting. And then the second thing is with your iPhone, obviously if you are shooting and you want some photos of yourself, you're going to need some help.
Right.
So they do have tripods that hold your iPhone. Right. And actually, if you have an Android, I guess this is like, I don't want to just like narrow it down to
I mean, we use iPhones, so that's why, but I know like, I saw someone shooting with their Android the other day, and I was like, I may make a switch. Those phones take incredible pictures.
I know. A friend of mine had a night camera on theirs, and it was incredible. Like they took holiday pictures for us, and they had an Android, and I was like, oh,
dang.
I've never seen night photos like that, even on like a professional camera.
They're solid.
Impressive. So don't take this that you can't use the Android. I just say iPhone because that's what we both have.
Yep.
But so you can get a tripod for your phone, or you can bring a friend along. I like the friend one.
Me too, because then they like help you out with like, girl, your hair's out of place.
Yeah, fix your hair, fix your shirt, fix your face.
They help with the lighting too. It's like, you know, the friend is definitely more fun, but like a tripod will work any day too.
And tripods are cheap, like
so cheap.
Like Amazon, I think today I was looking $20 for a very basic tripod, and also they have attachments that hold phones, like specifically for phones.
Yeah, and a lot of them will come with like these little remotes, and so like
those are genius.
You don't even have to put it on hands free. You can just like snap it out of the view of the camera.
Yeah.
And like it's like having a friend with you, you know?
So tripod if you don't have a friend to drag along. But, I mean, bring a friend. And the thing is, like, if you have somebody else who's also got a business that needs to do social media, it's a really easy trade-off. Like, I need three photos taken, you need 3 photos taken. And then, you know, you go and do them together. Because then you're both kind of helping each other out.
Yeah, it's just like a fun day.
If you do the tripod, a lot of tripods come with leveling levels on them, which help you keep the camera straight. It shows you if your phone's crooked, and like you said, a lot of them come with the click camera or the click remotes now, and
it's so cool.
I mean, literally you can just snap, but you're snapping it out of the view of the camera.
Right.
So set yourself up to actually like be able to take photos on your own if you need to, but if not, bug a friend and be like, hey, I'll take some photos of you, you take some photos of me. You'd be surprised like how many people really want to grow their social media, but like don't want to ask somebody to like take photos of them.
Yeah, because it can be kind of like awkward at first, especially if you're not like if you're a camera shy person, like I am. Like I don't want to pose for people, but like I love taking pictures of people, so maybe you can like have like that type of thing. But yeah, it definitely helps. Yeah.
And then the last thing is actually not the last thing, but close to the last thing. It's almost the same, like how to manipulate the lighting in the photo if you don't have that good lighting. If you say you're at home and the only time you can take a video or a photo for your Instagram account is at 9 p.m. at night. Right. You know, what are you going to do? Like, there are still options that you don't have to be outside for, you don't need the golden hour for, you don't need a cloudy day. You can get equipment very, very reasonably to just
like good equipment for little
you have
money.
a set.
Yeah, so I recently purchased off Amazon like a ring light and a little light box that came with like 4 amazing lights that let you do like blue light or like warm light or natural light, and it's like the best purchase I've made. It just steps up content. Like,
how much was the ring light?
The ring light was $30, and it wasn't like the really, really big one. It was a smaller version, but like it puts off a lot of really good light, and it was $30. And then the light box with the lights and different backgrounds and backdrops, that was $60. So it was like under $100 for some really, really decent equipment that steps up your content like 1,000 times.
I always wondered what the ring lights were for, and then I saw beauty influencers using them, and then I went on a photo shoot and realized that it wasn't just for beauty influencers.
No.
Like, people were using them during interviews and stuff, and I was really impressed with it. So $30 gets you a ring light. I know that there's like brand name ring lights for like $200.
Yeah.
But
you don't have to
truthfully,
worry
you
about all
don't
that. You
need
really
that.
don't. Yeah.
Because we're just trying to light it up, we're not trying to look flawless so you can be in a magazine ad. Remember, the first video was like not
Don't
about
worry
perfection.
About being perfect,
Yeah. So we really want to just focus on, can they see you, you know, and even if you don't buy the background, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can create your own very clean background.
Clean.
What would be like your top tips of like the best backgrounds like in your house if you had to find one?
Definitely like a coffee table or your kitchen table or your your kitchen in general. It's always a really good place to go. But just any clean background, honestly, like anything that you can find that isn't going to take away from whatever you're trying to take a picture of. Like, the less clutter around it obviously is going to lead to a better picture. And that goes for like, even if you're recording a video, like just try and get anything out of
a blank
way.
wall.
Just a blank wall.
Push your desk over.
Yeah.
Don't have, one of the things I see a lot of times is like, I love the look of people in their offices that have like these walls of books and books and books and books and quotes, but I find myself really like staring at them and being distracted.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh my god, I have that book. Or like, I need that picture. Then I have to like go back like 15 seconds because like I don't even know what you just said.
Yeah. So I definitely think, I mean, you want something in the background, like plain white. I mean, it works, but if you, to keep it interesting, but not
just not
distracting.
Yeah, exactly.
And definitely, I will say, I am surprised about the amount of people who have video or TVs playing in the background of their photos.
Yeah, I'm way too ADD for that. That's never gonna work out. I'm watching that and not paying attention.
Like, I'm like, even if it's behind you, like, that's so distracting in a photo. One, because the light's behind you, and you never want the light source to be behind you.
Never.
So if you are in your living room or in a room that has a TV, like, just flip it off so that it doesn't become distracting to your photo.
Like, you're not watching it, just turn it off.
And then the last thing that you can do that we were going to talk about is editing your photo if you don't have the best lighting. Like, not all the time. Maybe you're not ready for a ring light. Maybe you're not ready for a backdrop even for $100, and you take a photo, you think it looks good, and you get home and you're like, it's a little dark, or I can't really see it very well. So what are some tools that you can use?
Yeah, I mean, there's 1,000 photo editing apps, and we're talking about photo editing. Don't like edit you, just edit the photo. I think
we're not talking about
like,
Facetune.
Like, don't edit
is that what it is? Facetune?
Yeah, there's a ton of them out there. That's
like give yourself a slimmer
we
jaw.
Can tell if you're editing your
Get rid of my 3 chins.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice, but don't do that.
Don't do it.
Yeah, but for like lighting purposes, there's a ton of different apps out there. There's like Lightroom, Snapseed, Visco. I think it's how you go, VSCO.
And they're either free or have a free version.
Yeah.
Or it's very cheap.
Or like Instagram has some nice editing features too. So like if it doesn't need a lot of touches, use Instagram because, well, Instagram knows that you use one of their filters. They know that you used their stuff. So they love that. They're going to put your stuff up there.
I also think that like Canva
Oh,
has a lot of editing options.
Canva
as well.
is good, and the app Over is also very, very good. I've learned recently. But yeah.
Over. So you can, we're definitely not saying like edit your photos so you're an unrecognizable alien.
Yeah.
But and be careful how much filtering you do, right?
Yeah,
like
you
don't over smooth. We know we all have wrinkles. We'll live with it. People will connect with you and your wrinkles.
Yeah. Because they have wrinkles too.
Yeah,
they want to know they're not alone.
You're supposed to have smile
Yeah.
lines, and it's okay. But definitely like the light part of it, like you were saying, like the light is so important with like being eye catching.
Yeah.
And you can easily adjust the light. There's beautiful filters that don't like really change you.
Right.
But it will like
just lighten up the highlights and the shadows around you so that it brings up the picture.
Because you can make something look really like edgy by dark, like by sharpening it.
Yeah.
Like you can really play around a lot with those photos. So, and like you said, even if you don't get a separate app from it, Instagram
has good features as well.
So take advantage of the fact that like maybe you got a photo and it wasn't perfect, but like don't freak out and delete it because A, we're not going to be perfectionists here. Right. But B, like,
and the longer you look at a picture, the quicker you're gonna hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can take a perfect picture of yourself and look at it for 2 minutes and be like, it's hideous. Like if you get to that point, don't delete it. Just save it for later. Put it in the bank that we were talking about because at some point, like you may want to use it.
This is very true because I think about like I'll take a photo and I'm like I'm never gonna use this, and then like maybe a year later I'm like, I wish I had a photo of this. I go back and there it is and I'm like, I'm a genius.
Great picture.
I took the best photo ever.
Yeah.
So save your photos, keep a bank, and do the little things. Like you don't have to spend a lot of money. A friend is free.
Mm-hmm.
The editing software on Instagram and a couple other places are free. Outside shooting is free.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a little bit of money to spend, then get yourself a good ring light, background, remote to turn things on and off. And then join us next time for our next video where we go in depth about what is our next video on? Let's see. Using all the features of Instagram to your advantage.
There you go.
All right, guys, we'll see you soon.